Imagine you were living in 12th century England, and one day something extraordinary happened. Two children that seemingly appeared out of nowhere arrived in your village. But these children carried with them a mystery that would defy explanation, even though these children appeared normal in every way, except for their green skin.
Dude, this is going on, bro. There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west.
Greetings, everyone. Mike here with Sci-Fi and More, and welcome to our Sci-Fi Sunday Stories, where we combine historical documented stories of unexplained phenomena and put a science fiction twist to them. Now, from a historical standpoint, the Green Children of Woolpit has always been a fascinating story to me. Just to give you a little historical context, the legend of the Green Children of Woolpit involves two siblings with green-toned skin who mysteriously appeared in Woolpit, Suffolk, England during the 12th century, possibly in King Stephen's reign. Despite their unusual skin color, they were otherwise normal in appearance. They spoke an unknown language and initially would only eat raw broad beans. Eventually, the Green Children adapted to eating regular food, and their skin lost its green hue. Unfortunately, the boy was sick and passed away around the time of their baptism. The girl, however, adjusted to her new surroundings, but was described as very wanton and impudent. Once she learned English, she recounted that she and her brother came from a place where the light was never bright in the sky. Rather, the light resembled like twilight. In one version of the story, she claimed everything there was green. In another, she referred to her home as St. Martin's Land. But what's the story inside that story? What's the story nobody has ever heard?
Green children, do tell. Did they have copper-based Vulcan blood like on Star Trek?
Well, let's begin and find out. The small English village of Woolpit lay nestled in the greens and golds of the Suffolk countryside, a place seemingly untouched by the complexities of the wider world. Yet, in the 12th century, Woolpit became the unlikely stage for a mystery that defied explanation. Local farmers discovered two children, a boy and a girl, huddled near the entrance of Woolpit. Their skin had an unusual green hue, and their garments were made from unidentifiable materials. When approached, the children recoiled in fear, speaking a language unlike any heard before. Sir Richard de Caulnay took the bewildered pair to his manor, while the boy remained listless and melancholic until his eventual death. The girl thrived. Over time, she learned to communicate in broken English, and her story, though disjointed, began to unravel a narrative of strangeness. The siblings hailed from a peculiar place they called St. Martin's Land, a realm perpetually bathed in twilight without a sun. A river of light separated their world from others, and their glances towards this river filled the people of St. Martin's Land with awe. Intrigued yet incredulous, scholars attempted to decipher the children's origin. The girl explained how they ventured beyond their familiar terrain, drawn by the tolling of distant bells, only to find themselves, inexplicably, in Woolpit. Years passed, and as the young girl, now going by the name Agnes, acclimated to her new world, her past began to fade into a childhood dream. She claimed fewer and fewer memories of St. Martin's Land and lived peacefully among the villagers of Woolpit. However, hidden within her softened complexion lay memories lost, realities with a purpose unknown to all. Unbeknownst to the villagers and the girl they had lovingly accepted as one of their own, shrouded truths simmered beneath the fabric of time itself. A time when the people of Earth stood on the brink of unimaginable power and conquest. Eons before knights and castles marked the English countryside, a different civilization thrived, advanced, inquisitive, and relentless. The so-called ancients built machines that transcended their imagination, and their hunger for expansion knew no bounds. A discovery in this age led these ancients to the verdant and rich realm of St. Martin's Land, which quickly became a target of conquest. The world of the Green Children bore precious resources and technologies coveted by the ancients. Ignorant of the consequences, Earth launched an armada across the cosmic void, seeking dominance. Yet, rather than rout the otherworldly inhabitants, the ancients encountered a defensive force they could scarcely fathom. The green people wielded science compounded with elements of their illustrious ecosystem, harmonizing with energies the ancients only could dream of. A great war erupted, brief yet catastrophic, where the stakes were invisible to human senses. In a move as calculated as it was compassionate, the victors, known as the Keepers, defeated Earth's ancient fleets. Holding no vendetta, they sought not to obliterate, but to preserve. They shrouded the ancient inhabitants of Earth in an intricate skin of forgetfulness, a vast erasure of technological advancement. Memory was rewritten, history adjusted for Earth's own protection. The Keepers knew, however, that maintaining the great pause of human progress required vigilance. From the stars, through realms unfathomable to Earth's senses, came emissaries to tend this cosmic garden, ensuring that humanity's awakening would be slowed. These custodians, silent gardeners of time, ensured balance until the day came when humanity would embrace its place in the wider universe without tarnishing neighborly harmony. Agnes was one of these keepers, and though her emerald hue had softened to reflect this mission of reclamation and care, under the guise of the Green Children's innocent tale, she, like others, covertly guided humankind's steady course through the corridors of history, tempering potential threats to a beneficial slumber. Now, an unassuming matron, she witnessed triumphs and failures as the centuries passed her by. Bright sparks subjected to curation, the blip of renaissance, the transitory glow of future misconceptions, movements within movements. The centuries had continued past Woolpit as headstrong advances ebbed, receded by the tides of watchful intervention, unknown to the world. If progress sometimes appeared scripted with convenient failures, the villagers of Woolpit thought it naught but circumstantial quirk, until a reverent voice spoke to her from the lush forest behind.
"Why do you continue to watch?"
She heard from the russet trees, a voice neither past nor present that floated through the time-inspired wind. Patiently, she turned to the forest behind her and responded.
Your world is still dreaming. It must awaken calmly, lest the terror of ages extinguished reignite, threatening all futures unwritten.
It is not our world. We are merely beings of the cosmos that preserve galactic balance. We are the guardians of possibility, untangling futures saved from blood and iron's upheaval, an enclosure where time prepares our reconciliation's revelation.
Agnes's old name, Erendis, from St. Martin's Land centuries before, whispered things half-remembered and wondrous. Shrieking with the resolve of what might be, she smiled, stoically steadfast in her anointed vow. Her life cloaked in mysteries behind arcane veils. The Watcher's message echoing softly to her.
You do not know what you are. You do not know the truth, a truth that was to be revealed to you at the proper time. Now is your time, Agnes of Woolpit. You are what we made you to be. In ages past, the humans had defeated and conquered St. Martin's Land. It was only after humanity had conquered your world, we had intervened to save your world. It was us that erased the memories of humanity and the knowledge of your planet's existence to protect you. When we freed St. Martin's Land, your people agreed to be our silent protectors of Earth. We joined you with humanity. You are of both worlds, watching and slowing the development of humanity until such a time that we deem humanity is ready for the greater understandings of the universe.
Agnes stood terrified with this revelation, but also a calming ease had settled over her. The Guardian's presence filled her with a knowledge long forgotten. She now knew her place. She now knew her purpose on Earth. As the presence of the Guardians faded to the wind, a new resolve had taken hold of Agnes. Protector of Earth she would be, but now knowing that she too was being watched by something greater than herself. For Earth was their garden, a cosmic nursery tended by guardians of hope until the Guardians gently yielded their grasp. And when that day comes, the reconciliation will be humanity's embrace with others across the cosmos as they delve again into the stars, where the Watchers still dwell. With this knowledge and newfound purpose, Agnes was left with only one last unanswered question. Who watches the Watchers?
Wow, green children are complicated, so much depth. I thought regular human babies were difficult. Now I know better.
And there you have it, my friends. We hope you enjoyed our second episode of our Sci-Fi Sunday Stories. And if you did, please be sure to like and share the video. And be sure to subscribe so we can continue our sci-fi journey together as a team. And if you have some unexplained phenomena that is of interest to you and like to see it turned into a story, let us know and we will do our best to weave a story together for you. Thank you all for stopping by and staying a while with us here on Sci-Fi and More. You are all the greatest sci-fi team on YouTube. And, as always, have a great galactic day, everyone.